Cameron interviews one of the dudes from the alleged Diddy and Cassie freak off. I don't know if it's alleged anymore. He testified. He is on record talking about this. This is as real as it can be right now. Let's watch the clip. Let's see what the Punisher had to say.
What's happening? So some of these questions, I don't want to seem like it's redundant if you answer them 100 times this week. So I was reading that in the beginning, you didn't even know what was going on, or that it was even Puff was participating. Could you explain your first time going to one of these events?
Yeah, so I really believed they were a married couple. Like when I got there, I didn't recognize Cassie.
Right.
Like I saw her face, she looked familiar, but honestly, when I saw her, I thought she was Megan Good.
Right.
Like if I was gonna pin, I was like, yo, I think this is Megan Good. But then when I looked on Google, Megan Good was much thicker. So I just
just to stop right there. What a wild way to distinguish between the two. One is light skinned, one is a little brown skin. He said, shit, the only way I knew she was thicker. He said, I get a lot of ass, man. I get a lot of ass. I get a lot of everything. Respectfully, whatever you do. He said, yo, I didn't even know who it was. I didn't know it was Puff and Cassie. I just thought it was a married couple. Thought it might have been Megan Good.
I couldn't really figure it out. So, and then when she said her husband, when Puff walks out to finally, do his voyeur thing and see what's going on.
So hold on real quick. It didn't start with Puff in the room.
Never started with him in the room.
Okay.
It would only be me and her. And she said at some point, her husband's going to walk in and I'm not supposed to acknowledge him, look at him, act like he's not even in the room.
Right.
So we'll be like on the couch, let's say on one end of the room, and then like on the far end of the room, it'll be like a table with a chair. And eventually he'll come in the room and like sit in the area, of course, the room, like watching. And we're supposed to.
Crazy work. Confirm. He's confirming Diddy is a cuck. Diddy allegedly is a cuck. The Punisher confirms.
Act like he's not there.
How often, pardon me, not how often, how long did it take until you realized that it was Diddy?
Bro, like, I want to say like over a year.
Get the fuck out of here. A whole year?
Damn, nigga. Holy shit.
Why? So let me, how long, okay, let's, I want to stick to that for a second, but how long did you know until it was Cassie?
So the minute I found out it was Diddy, that's when I knew it was Cassie.
So it took a year for you to find out for Cassie as well?
Yeah, yo, okay. I didn't recognize it. Like when I jumped out, I did try to do the Google searches. Like I wanted to try to figure out who it was, right. But I'm Googling a married couple.
Right.
So every result I'm getting is not leading me to the right places because they're not married.
Got you.
So then, and I never found out with a visual cue. It was a hotel, the ex's house, and I would get there, let's say 2 a.m, and sometimes nothing would pop off for hours. So in this case, they threw me in like an extra room in the suite. Mm-hmm. And just to kill time, I happened to cut on the TV, but in the TV had a welcome message. So the TV said, ex's house would like to welcome Mr. Sean Combs.
Welcome message is crazy. That just reminds me of like when me and my babies went to NY this last time. We stayed in a hotel. I'm not going to name the hotel. Really good hotel, however, but they don't pay me, so you don't get the name unless you want to. Phenomenal hotel. When we got there, that shit had a welcome message on the goddamn screen. Welcome so-and-so to the blank hotel. We love to accommodate you and we hope you have a great stay. He got hotel accommodations at their crib. Custom message. Welcome, Punisher. Can't wait until you punish us. Like... Welcome, they didn't even put Punisher. They put welcome, the Punisher. Cannot wait until you get to punishing. Like, bro, pause.
And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I had no idea, man.
So that's how you found out that it was Cassie and Diddy by just coming on the TV and seeing the introduction on the television.
Wow. On the TV.
Wow. I seen also in the transcripts that you would say that it was just a sex scene in the beginning. Nothing, no intercourse. How long until you had actual intercourse? What was happening in the first few sessions when it wasn't any intercourse?
Nah, it was only the first session where it wasn't intercourse.
Okay, so 10 times, one time it was only not intercourse the first time.
Nigga said, I got coochie every time, nigga, except for once. Just that first time. Remember that.
The first time. And it was offered, yo. But I was so bugged out. Like this wasn't my hustle, right? So
Right.
I'm really in here thinking this is a married couple and they want to do some voyeur sexy scene. So we did the like set up on the couches, the baby all rubbed down or whatever. And then at some point, Puff jumped up. I didn't know it was him. He left the room. She left the room to talk to him. And she came back like, yo, that was perfect. We happy. We good. And then she said to me, yo, do you want to finish? Meaning, you know, I guess, do I want to bust a nut out? You know what I'm saying? And
Let's just go back real quick, man. I'm just gonna reenact how this might have went down with Puff. Let's take a look-see and a listen.
rub down or whatever. And then at some, we did the like set up on the couches, the baby all rubbed down or whatever. And then at some point, Puff jumped up. I didn't know it was him. He left the room. She left the room to talk to him, and she came back like, "Yo, that was perfect. We happy. We good."
That nigga Puff was getting excited. He couldn't even stay in his chair. That nigga was. He brought the chair with him. He said, nigga left the room and said, yo, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And nigga got so excited, he couldn't even stay in the room. He said, yo, we got it. We found him. We found the Punisher. Also, I wonder, did he get his name before or after this? Because he said this wasn't his thing. He wasn't doing this back then. Was he the Punisher back then when he first met Diddy and Cassie?
And then she said to me, "Yo, do you want to finish?" Meaning, you know, I guess, do I want to bust a nut out? You know what I'm saying? And my first example, you know, I'm trying to be professional. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, if y'all good, I'm good. This ain't about me. And I just left, you know. But she did say, all right, well, when we get back in town, we want to hit you again. Is it okay? I'm like, yeah, I just got $2K to rub down like a super bad chick. So I'm not, of course I'm down if you want to hit me back. But it was offered to me the first time and I actually turned it down, yo. Trying to be on some professional.
Wow.
Was baby oil mandatory?
Mandatory, yo.
Yeah, he got a baby oil. That's just mandatory.
Yo, Cam trying to be on his professional shit is just killing me right now. Because I know he want to say pause. He want to say, hey, yo. He want to stop this at every chance that he can. But in this context, this is what's really going on. And he got the interview. He got the nigga. The Punisher.
Seen also in the transcripts that you said it was just supposed to be like a sexy scene, meaning that Puff would tell you to move the candles a certain way or tell her to move the candles a certain way for lighting purposes for his visual. Could you explain that?
Yeah, so like when I first got in there, she made it clear that this was a scene we were setting up for her husband.
Okay.
So, you know, it was like couches, all the furniture in the suite was covered in sheets. Like everything was covered in sheets. So it was like a single chair across from like a big sofa. And we were supposed to sit on there and kind of, I'm supposed to put oil on myself. She's supposed to do the same. And then at some point we're rubbing on each other and we doing little like masturbating. I'm masturbating, she's masturbating, but you could tell it was act.
Right.
Like we're like in character, like one of them corny Cinemax movies. You know what I'm saying? Like the sex scene in the little Cinemax movies. So we're trying to make it look like the part, you know, and then he would give subtle cues because he's across the room.
Damn, this nigga producing at any chance he gets. Bro said he would give subtle cues. He'd be like, yo, take that. No, not that. Take that one. Damn, nigga, he's a producer at heart, for real.
And the room's dark, everything's candle lit, and he'll say like, yo, move a little bit, yo, move the candle, I can't really see, or move the body. And he would never talk to me, not one word to me, only to her. And if it's instructions for me, it goes to her and she tells me. So it was like a real scripted kind of routine, and it really went like that every single time.
So he was basically orchestrating a sex scene without directly talking to you, but telling her certain things.
Exactly.
Wow. Crazy. I seen also in the
Yo, my journalist Cam, my favorite Cameron. I might like this nigga better than the rapper. And he's top 5 for me in rap. But journalist Cam, you can see he on his phone too. He got his phone. Wow. Crazy. This is my favorite Cameron. Trying to be professional journalist Cam, but really being professional. Favorite Cameron. Top 5 Cam'rons.